You guys are so accustomed to a lot of things going on around you, be it winning streaks or milestones and stuff like that. After a while, does it really not affect you at all?
I think we do a good job around here, and the coaching staffs make sure that we understand that there always is something going on and there's always stuff around us, but it's a matter of focusing on what we have to do during that practice or during that film session or that lift session that day. So obviously, you know, with coach's milestone coming up, it's a big thing that's kind of around and you see it. You can't avoid social media or any of that fun stuff, but understanding of the focus of what today is.
Do you guys, are you too involved in the moment and what your future holds to really look at this stuff right now and kind of compartmentalize or understand what you're a part of? Will that be somewhere down the road, you think?
I think like anything else in life, when it kind of happens the first time, it hits you, but it doesn't hit you till a little bit later, and then you really understand it, and you really look at it, and you're like, wow, I was a part of something that special. So obviously it'll be an incredible moment to be in that moment with them, and hopefully that's what comes out of it on Tuesday, and then, you know, later down in life I'll be able to say, hey, I was there for that.
Yeah. How about with CD? You know, everyone talks of, you know, CD is part of all 999 to this point too, and we've heard. Do you think that she, outside of the program, gets the recognition that she deserves?
You know, and I think CD does a lot of things behind the scenes that a lot of people don't get to see. And when you're here and you're in the program and you're one of her players, you can only appreciate everything she does for you. And some people might think it's different and it doesn't make sense. When you're here and then you leave here, you're like, CD was right. So she absolutely deserves so much recognition for everything that she does for us, not only on the court, but off the court as well.
Did you fully understand that dynamic before you came here? Like what a big part of it she was while you were being recruited?
Obviously, when you finally get to go through the recruiting process and get to know the coaches and get to know the players a little bit, then you start to understand it. But sometimes if you're on the outside, you don't really get to be in here. And the people who are in here understand exactly how this place functions. But once you're here, you understand, like, wow, she's a huge part of this.
Of course, you need to win tomorrow night to have this milestone.
Of
We're
course.
kind of forgetting about that. What do you like with the way you've played as a team so far, and what are the areas you think, okay, this is what we have to clean up a little bit?
Well, obviously, I think as a team, each night someone else has stepped up, and I think that's a fun thing to be a part of, to understand that it's not a one-person or a two-person team, and that makes us as dynamic as we are. So if we continue to get better at little things like rebounding, there's obviously executing the game plan that we want to do it to a T, and there's always something you can get better at in that sense.
How's a break been for you guys? Obviously, at finals, so you're not completely off, but you know, having a gap between games here where you had such a run of travel and whatnot, has it been good for you guys physically?
Yeah, absolutely. I think anytime you can be home for more than a couple of days is always good to kind of refresh your mind and make sure you're settled here. And at the same time, it gives us an opportunity to work on things and not have to prepare for a game within the next 2 days, but kind of work on the little things that we want to get better at. We've seen the first couple of games.
Are you guarding against looking ahead to Friday? You must be excited.
I'm excited, obviously, to have the opportunity, but not really looking ahead. Obviously, it's one day at a time, and Tuesday comes first, and then past that, once Tuesday's over, we can think about other things.
Are you already hearing from people in terms of like people who want to be there, want tickets, and you know, anticipating it?
People know not to ask you for tickets. I have a million family members, and they're all flying back in. But obviously, it's been great to hear from people and just saying, you know, what's going on. I know Ryerson, the students are working on a little bit of a promo thing that they're doing. So people are starting to ask questions about, you know, when is it? How can I get tickets and that stuff? But it's fun.
Yeah, they did that little thing when they came down
here.
Yeah,
and it's been great. It's I think it's like 4 or 5 part series.
Yeah.
They've done a really good
job.
job.
That was a nice job, huh?
Yeah.
Amazing. It was an indescribable feeling. Like, I feel like I was playing again for the first time. It's more than over a year now that I haven't, so it was just an incredible feeling.
Did you expect to go win that game, or what was the lead up to that?
I didn't. I had no clue at all. So I was like surprised, and I was excited.
When did you have a target date? I know it kept changing, I'm sure, but when did you think this would be the game that you'd come back? Or?
No, I actually had no clue. I've been preparing, or kind of in the mindset, hey, I feel better. Probably before Nevada, going into UCLA, I feel a little bit better. I was going up and down the floor, going through full practices, so I just felt better.
What did you learn during this time? Did you pick up stuff about how you can play by watching?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, like I said, playing basketball for the first time in a completely different team, completely different system, and a different me. I've never had like knee problems, so this was new, but it was definitely an adjustment. for it.
The challenge psychologically to get out there and not think about it.
Yeah. I think when I went in there, the first thing I was thinking is I want to make my team proud. They did such a great job defensively. We had such a great stretch. And I just wanted to add on to that. I didn't want to disappoint them. I just wanted to make them happy, make them proud, and play as hard as I could.
How many practices have you had since that game?
Since that game, I would say 5 or 6.
Okay. Because after the game, CD said she wants you to be more aggressive. She wants you not to be walking on eggshells as much. Can you see that happening with these practices now that you don't have to worry about the when am I going to play again?
Right. Absolutely. And kind of just going out there and, again, trusting myself, trusting my body, trusting that my teammates understand, and just working as hard as I can.
So much of your game is energy, too. So I think you can't be all tentative, right? Is that important for you to be free mentally?
Absolutely. And I think that's, again, not thinking about what I'm feeling, but what is my team needing, and how can I be selfish for that.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Coming from a different program, what makes UConn different with Coach Gino and CD?
I think everything is different. No comparison. I think from the way we practice, the way we play, the way this organization is ran, I think it's completely different.
What makes CD so important to this team?
CD's everything to this team. She has great attention to detail, offensively, defensively, off the court, on the court, and wants things a certain way. And at the same time, she does care about us deeply. So I think that's what makes CD CD.
What separates Gino as a coach?
I think, again, attention to detail for how things are ran. He's very honest with us, and he's just like, this is how it should be done, and we all buy into that. So I think just he's a great coach. The staff behind him is great, and things just run efficiently.
How is it different learning from them sitting on the bench last year compared to this year now that you're actually playing?
Oh, it's completely different. It's different to just watch than to do. So I don't really know how to describe that, but it's been a learning process because, being on the white team, so I didn't run as much as blue, like running our plays and having to go through like full practices. So that was the biggest adjustment, I would say.
What's Batouly's role going to be when she's fully confident, fully healthy? How do you think she's going to fit in?
I think she's going to be good. She's really aggressive, and she's kind of that hard-nosed player that we might be missing on this team that isn't going to take, crap from anyone. So we need that aggressiveness from her, and we need her to fully be in the right mental state so that she can help us, because when she gets a little overwhelmed, you can tell that things are going to spiral a little bit, but as soon as she gets back, she can really be consistently there for us on the defensive end and rebounding.
Have fun, guys.
Thanks. When did you find out, I don't know if you've been asked this about, when did you find out about the national team pool, and what was your feeling about it and going forward and all that? And you're going to take the Wichita State game off to go down to the mini camp in February.
Oh, wow, that's a lot loaded question right there. I was really excited when that came out again, getting that opportunity. I don't know, I haven't even thought about taking a game off because I don't think I'd want to take a game off, but I'm sure.
Well, you could take a game off. I don't know if you'd be allowed back.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think I would want to do that because, we're in season right now, and that's something that we're committed to getting better this year, and I'm sure after that we'll think about it, but I was pretty excited to hear about that, and I know that we have a lot of stuff to take care of this year, and I'm going to focus on that and then hopefully focus on the next step.
How do you approach it? Because, even if it isn't 2020, 2024, you're only going to be, 27, 28 years old. Mm-hmm. So it's not like this is due, but what do you want to get out of this experience being in this pool that will help you hopefully down the line?
Yeah, I think it'll be really good experience, and just being able to kind of get into the pool that they consider and trying to be a consistent player that they'll.
Oh yeah, Gino's going to give us thousands win, fans, media, and all the other stuff. Well, there's a game to be played.
Yeah, I know. We definitely have work to do, and there's no guarantee that tomorrow's game is just going to happen, but I think that we're ready to go, and we're pretty prepared to play tomorrow.
You're still academically eligible, right?
Definitely. Ooh, we get great grades this semester.
If it happens, there could be 4 coaches with 1,000 wins. 2 of them will feature Samuelson and his sister on them. Did Carly ever talk about being a part of that game?
Well, I think Carly and Bonnie were both on the team.
Okay.
So
Carly was the leading scorer when they got 1,000.
Really? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I know that they had a great time when it happened. I haven't talked much about it since, but I actually talked to CD about it. I was like, this is Samuelson's just held out with this. But yeah, it was definitely something that's amazing, and I'm glad we've all been able to experience something that significant in history, because this doesn't happen that often, and just being a part of it is something that's really cool.